everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here. My name is Tony Gajakova and I work in a wellness space. I've been hosting conversations like this to share real experience using non-invasive wellness technology that many people are exploring today. Before we begin, let me briefly explain what these patches are. So this is the patch. They're small, non-invasive, non-transdermal patches, which means nothing enters in the body. They're simply placed in the skin, whatever you want to put it in the skin, sticky in the other side and smooth in the other. This is a form of wearable light technology. Instead of putting anything into the body, the patch uses the body's own heat and light. Your body naturally gives off low levels of infrared light. So when that light interacts with the patch, it's reflected back into the body as a specific waving of light. Inside in the patch is a crystalline structure made with organic amino acids, water, salt, sugar. This structure actually helps support the light interaction, allowing the body to communicate through light. They're very easy to use. You just have to apply in the patch daily. Wear it for 12 hours. Stay well hydrated. The water is very important. Then remove and replace the patch with a new one the next day. So I won't spend much time on me because the real value today is hearing directly from someone who is lived the experience. I'm really excited to be joined by Michelle, who has an incredible story and some powerful personal results. Michelle is a retired first grade teacher, mom of two, with the two stepdaughters and 3 grandchildren. She has a passion for health and wellness and has been using the patches for over 5 years, which is incredible. Of course, after being introduced to them by her sister-in-law, Dr. Stacy Hoyer. They've been a meaningful part of her wellness journey, and we are so glad to have her here to share her experience today. So hi, Michelle, and how are you?
Hi, how are you? And thank you so much for having me today.
Yes, please share with us your story. I'm very, I just want to know what's going on, when you're going to start. Whatever you want to share.
Okay, well, I'm going to just start with, of course, Dr. Stacy, my sister-in-law, introduced them to me several years ago, and she, anything she's done in the past, she's just so knowledgeable, and so when she came to me with these, I'm just like, what do I have to do, girl? Sign me up. And so she did. And then just over the years and just being educated, going to some of the live events that she's held. Now my nephew is also doing events, live patching parties, information on YouTube by Dr. Stacy. And then just testimonies from people, really just hearing other people's stories and really just, I guess, built my trust in Lifewave and the patches. And then, of course, just over time, I think just using the patches and seeing my own success and, oh my gosh, okay. Like I was told I was going to have knee surgery and I had some, pretty severe pain in my knee. And I had been patching for a while and it was just like, wow, just my knee pain went away. It was over time, but again, my knee is fine. I've not had to have surgery. So that's just huge to me in my health and being able to do the things that I love to do. Another thing that I have experienced with the patches is I had heart palpitations at one point. And then just over the years, I had my heart checked again. And my doctor was just very surprised because he's like, wow, you have a heart of a much younger person. And I had no issues with my heart. And then really the last one that stands out for me is I had some cavitation, I had a cavitation surgery, some dental work done. And so they did some things with my blood, and she just, even my husband was like, what? And she came back and was just like, oh my gosh, what is your wife doing? Her blood is so, it looks so healthy. Like we don't usually see this.
Yes. So this is incredible. So you say you start patching at 5 years ago. And how do you feel back then? Like, what is your body station like about energy, sleep? Do you have any other problems instead of, knee and how old are you actually? Because you look so young. This is important to say. Yeah.
Okay. I'm actually 56, almost 57. My birthday's this summer, and with energy, brain fog, and definitely sleep, just because with women, I feel like our age, sleep can definitely be, can be challenging for us. And so, and the other big thing, I guess, there's so many ahas. I just could go on because I'm very passionate about the patches and just all the things that they've helped me with over the years. Is my skin is really, really soft.
And yes. When we met, actually, I was surprised. I was like, wow, this woman is doing something. I know you're patching, but really every time I see people, especially when they patch a long time, I was like, wow, maybe, yes, this is work the way they say is working, because I'm patching myself only for 7.5 months.
Okay.
So the big improvement to me in the first was sleep, because I was taking a pill before I going to bed, and this fixed the sleep. We know, everybody knows that when you sleep good, we are healthy. And we know that the patches is very connected with the cardiovascular system, and you mentioned your heart. This is amazing also. Is anybody from your family using the patches, like your daughters, your husband, and anybody just using the patches, and what they see after?
Well, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yes. So of course we have a lot of members patching. And this is the thing with patching, is that we're all different. But I think small, consistent changes can make a really big difference in all of our health journeys. If we're just consistent, and whatever you're doing, it just enhances all of those healthy choices, your diet, your exercise. You mentioned drinking water, which is super important, having a nighttime routine, trying to go to bed at a certain time and getting up at a certain time, all of those things. And so I think this is just a great opportunity for our bodies to respond to the patches, and just being open to what they can do for each person on an individual level.
Yes. So, well, Dr. Stacy said that, and I just learned that from her. And because of a functional medicine and holistic medicine, everybody's different. There's 8 billion people in that planet. So everybody's different. And when they ask, how long is going to take? We don't know how long it's going to take, because we don't know what stage you are right now in your life. But all the signals you have in a body, the pain, sleepless night, stress, brain fog, all of the things we work, there is a combination of the signals the body give it to you. So like you say, going to bed in a certain time, wake up in a certain time, and added that tool to your routine, it's very important. And my next question is, many people forgot about the patches. You know that. How you create your routine, how you build your routine. Where is the patches in your house or in your purse? Where is the patches that you're not forget them every day to put it in your skin?
Yeah, and I think, any new habit that we create, it takes at least 20 days or more for that to, get built in and stick, right? So instead of instead of thinking of it as like, oh my gosh, I have to do one more thing into my routine, just add it on to whatever you're already doing. So we all brush our teeth in the morning and we all brush our teeth at night. So, we wear the patches 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So, just incorporate that basically when you brush your teeth in the morning, you put your moisturizer on, you do your face, you do all those things that we do. And then, you slap the patch on. And then 12 hours later, you're doing your nighttime routine and you take the patches off. So it's 12 hours on, 12 hours off. And it's just it's just like a habit, like brushing your teeth. We don't really think about, oh, I have to brush my teeth. We just do it. It's just embedded in us and it's just something we just automatically do. We don't really think about it. And so with the patches, it's just part of my daily routine. And then I just keep mine in a little bag next to like all my stuff with my night, your routine, what you're going to do every morning. So it's right there. It's a visual, if you're just getting started and you're like, oh my goodness, how am I going to remember? And what if I take it, what if I forget to take it off? Maybe just set them out on your counter, in the morning, like, okay, these are the patches I'm going to be wearing. Just set those out. So then they're just there, right there. So it's just real easy.
Yes, I just stopped by the antique store and I find this little box. I love it. It just looks like a jewelry. And I just wearing the patches back then, the sleeve of patches. So I just tried to put the sleeve exactly in the box and it fit it. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to stay very well in my bathroom. So that's how I built my habit. Brushing my teeth and see the box is beautiful. So then I put the patches on. So how many which patches you use, and do you continue to use them this all 5 years, or you start just with X39 and then you add the different patches?
Oh, that's a great question. Yes, so I started out with X39 and the Eon, and I've done those consistently the whole entire time. Now, I definitely am doing glutathione right now consistently, because I do feel like, everybody could use a little, extra glutathione. Yes. And currently I'm doing the carnosine and the SP6.
Yes.
And then it just kind of depends on kind of what's going on. Like just things that I know that are going on with my individual, health issues. And then if I'm working out really hard, then I might really focus on the X49 and X39, so
yes.
So I kind of have changed it over the years. I always do the Alavita. Is that correct? At night. That's a must. For the anti-aging, don't skip that one. Never. Yeah. So, definitely I think starting out X39 and the Eon are probably the first two that would recommend to start with. And that's, that's where I started. And then, if you have other questions or other things, there's so many different ways that the patches can help. I was having some neck pain and some other things in my body and inflammation, and I was wearing the one patch during the day. And then it's like, oh, well, you can do that at night and that can, make a difference this way. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I learn stuff all the time, which is so incredible and amazing. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's just amazing what the patches can do. And, if you don't want to worry about all that, well, what's this one do? If you put it on, forget about it. It's going to do its thing and it's going to be amazing. So, sometimes I know it's like, now what does this little thing do? It's like, just put the patch on and
don't ask. Put the patch on and don't ask.
Put the patch on.
It's gonna help you anyway. It doesn't matter what happened with your body. It doesn't matter. Patches is not contraindication with any medicine you take and everything you're doing in your life. So it's only thing they're doing is helping you, nothing else. And the other question is, when is the first time you noticed that something happened when you start using the patches? Because just the clinical studies shows that every decade of our age is going to take like if you're 33 months, if you're 55 months. So for me, it's very interesting because we're talking about everybody is different. For me, I start feeling, because many people say, I don't know what happened to me, but I feel so good. So I feel that in 2.5 months. So it's interesting when you start feeling that feeling.
Yes. Okay. So I think after I started patching, for me, I think it might have taken a little bit longer. I know that some people are like, oh my goodness, immediately, wow, I felt this, or I'm sleeping better, or I have less brain fog. But with my situation, I had quite a bit of other health issues going on. And so I was kind of, yeah. So, and like I said, like with my knee, like, it was just like, it didn't happen immediately, but then because I think I was consistent and I stuck to the, just do this patch. And, I mean, look at me now, I didn't have surgery and I it's like, so yes. So I didn't really see an aha right at the very beginning, other than the sleep and maybe, just feeling better overall. I think what really got me is when I started having some testing and things, and it was like, oh my, what are you doing? Like you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm patching, like I was like, I'm patching, I'm like, yes, and those to me were some, wow. I mean, that was just incredible for me. So
yes.
And that took time, that took time, but that's just my journey.
Yes. When you talk about the patches, actually, we are especially focusing on that it's gonna take a time. For some people, it's gonna be less. For some, it's gonna be very fast. Depends on your body, on your inflammation, on your feelings, on the problems you have. But the good thing is that the patches work inside out. That's what you say. Since I start seeing my blood results, and people start asking me, the doctors, what's going on? What are we using? That's the turn point of, yes, the patches work. That's what I'm thinking, that we work inside out, because we cannot see inside what happened with our bodies. We have to try, I start the same way. I have a lot of issue with the lower back pain. I can't sleep, inflammation in the left leg. I have a very high blood sugar. And now everything is normal. I don't have pain. Yes, I'm living my life, I can say. So, there is something you want to share, like something during these 5 years. I know you met maybe a lot of people. You have Dr. Stacy by your side for every question and every, like I say, you just relatives. So there is anything you want to share, or anything, or you heard some incredible story about your friend and somebody, or the next questions can be, I'm Bulgarian. I work with a lot of Bulgarians, and I'm doing very often Zooms with them and explain this. And this interview is going to show them how another person just have successful story after 5 years. Can you tell them something like to motivate them? It's just something that can say, okay, look at this lady. She looks so good. I want to be the same.
Oh, well, thank you for that compliment. That was very sweet. And yes, and I was so flattered when you asked me to do this Zoom in the first place. So, because I am passionate about health and wellness, and I think because of my journey and how I have improved over the last 5 years and the changes that I've seen, it is about helping others. And so I think when you ask me, I'm like, of course I'll do it. If I can help one person, by sharing my story, that's what it's about. Yes. And so I would just say, be open, give it a chance. What do you have to lose? Because there's so many amazing things that can happen with your health, and it's just an added addition to what you're already doing, and it's not going to interfere. I know my girlfriend just signed up to do the patches just actually this week, so I was super excited about that. And her husband was like, well, wait a minute, you're taking this medication. Is it going to interfere? And, his little mind. And she's like,
Yes,
I got it. I got it. I'm good. It's, and she's like, I'm patching,
Leave me alone. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
And it's something you can do that feels sustainable to me, which I love. Because, I feel like there's so many things out there that it's like, well, do this. And then, either you quit doing it or you don't see the results. And then it's not, some things I do feel this is very sustainable and the results are
Yes.
wow.
Yes. Yes, they're wow. Okay, thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing your experience so openly with me today, with us. I really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through your journey. And I can't wait to see when you come back to Florida. Don't forget to call me.
Oh, yes, for
Yes.
sure.
We
For
can
sure.
see each other. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.